Travis, take it away, buddy.
Awesome. Can you hear me okay, Jonathan? Awesome. Hey, thanks for sharing that. I really liked how you talked about the get paid to lose weight. And that's one of the things, obviously, that separates us right now. If you look at kind of our campaign, our focus, we're putting out there some relevant products. For example, our O2 drops are really, really relevant right now as far as boosting your immune system, as far as helping with just cleaning your cell phone and things around that are immediately around you, just to have around in your pocket. I mean, there's so many scientific studies on that. You know, there's a big push on that because it's relevant. One of the other conversations I had with Jonathan was about this get paid to lose weight. We have a program called the 90-Day Healthy Living Challenge, which we're actually rebranding. So I was on the call with marketing today saying, we're going to call it Get Paid to Lose Weight. So there's no confusion between the team challenge, which we'll discuss, and also the Get Paid to Lose Weight. But you have the potential, like Jonathan said, you're quarantined right now. All of us are surrounded by food. I know we say no so many times that we always just kind of give in and have that, that one snack we're not supposed to have, and no activity because we're all sitting around in our homes, not really being as active as we should be. So I said, I talked to marketing. We're going to do a next campaign focused around the Get Paid to Lose Weight. And literally all you have to do is lose weight, and we're going to pay you to do the process. There's a couple things you have to do to register, but that's going on right now, but we're going to clarify it more from a marketing perspective. So as you see these new programs and these new campaigns come out, you'll see what that means as far as your business. Those are just on the call tonight for the first time. You'll see that we have more than just products, more than a great compensation plan, but we have what I call a foundation to grow a successful and lasting business, which is actually going to lead into what I want to talk about with everyone tonight, which is my background and why we put Lurralife together the way it's put together. I've been in this industry 25 years. 1996 was my first run. I started a brand new employee with a company called Lurralife International. In fact, Booney's father was in that company, and that is really where I cut my teeth. I saw the company from zero to $500 million a year in sales, selling juice from Tahiti that smelled bad, tasted bad, and in my opinion was really overpriced. But it had a great run, and I learned a lot during that whole process. I was there for 7 years. In fact, my job there was to do the marketing. This is when I really understood marketing is more than just a product. It's about the experience. And so a lot of times we do campaigns centered around going to Tahiti. So I'd fly to Tahiti and I'd do these great videos, and I would do these catalogs at the time. And catalogs were popular. We mailed to people's mailboxes. They'd open it up and there'd be a T-Shinomi catalog and having you order that. I was the one responsible putting all that together. And I really understood one thing about marketing, which is it's about the experience. It's not about the product. Because if you look around the world today, there are many companies with a lot of great products. Really, the cutting edge is what kind of experience does that company offer those people? And if you were a part of this company in the past and from the rebrand to where we're at now, you'll see that there's been a very detailed work around laying a solid foundation to build a company that's lasting rather than to build a company that's fleeting. And I say that because I've also worked with some really high-end, money-driven companies. My next run right after T-Shinomi was a company called Zengo. My boss over the marketing department at T-Shinomi left to create his own company called Zengo. His name was Aaron Garrity. He brought me along for the ride. So once again, I saw another company go from 0 to 500 million. I mean, they were really good at their branding. In fact, Zengo, in my opinion, was really kind of the cutting edge in this industry as far as making a really popular, cool brand that most people weren't used to in network marketing back when, that was back in 2002 when network marketing was a little more supplements and herbs and herbs, nothing really cool and mainstream branding wise. And Zengo did a really good job of trying to penetrate that market, getting some brand recognition. And in fact, I remember the marketing team there, which I was a part of, we won a couple of marketing awards for the type of branding we were doing. That was from videos to the quality of print material that we sent out, et cetera, et cetera. And the thing that was common about both of these companies, and this is the reason that I'm sharing with you the story of these two companies, is they really had a tremendous run. But every one of them went through what's called a churn, where you would have, I remember one time in 1 month, we had 30,000 new distributors coming in, but we were losing 35,000 distributors on the way out. And we were seeing this churn going over and over and over again. And these companies, what they do is they get concerned, like, what do we do about the churn? We got to work on retention. We got to focus on this. So what they do is they'll just launch a new product, and they hope the new product is flashy enough to get people going. And sometimes it works, and a lot of times it doesn't last long, because the problem that I saw was that there wasn't a very strong customer base. You had a very, very strong money-making engine, and everyone got involved to make money. But once the person at the bottom of the organization doesn't make money, the first thing they'll do is they'll quit, because the reason why they're there is to make money. And if they don't make money, then they're gone. And so that's where you start to really see the churn start to happen. And so once they cancel, the next level will cancel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I remember asking myself, well, what could you do to focus on this? Luckily for me, the company sent me to a DSA, it was a Direct Selling Association seminar, where I attended a seminar hosted by Mary Kay. And Mary Kay was talking about how they do business. And one of the things that stood out to me the most about Mary Kay, which is, by the way, a 40-year-old company, they do over $3 billion a year in sales, and they've just proven time and time again that their system works, that their company works, that what they put together is lasting. And so it was very interesting to take notes and listen to this. But one thing that stood out to me was they said at Mary Kay, what we sell is beauty. You know, we're not selling products, we're selling beauty. And the way that beauty selling works is like this. We offer a kit where people buy these products, and then they message their friends and say, hey, would you like to be more beautiful? And so they sell skincare, they sell lipstick or something like that. But they weren't interested in recruiting that person to sign them up as a distributor. They were just interested in selling products, selling beauty. And what they said was, what they saw happen was that for every distributor, 1 out of 10 of the customers would say, hey, how do you do this? And so that person would then buy their kit and start the process all over. So it was really focused on selling beauty and really focus on getting customers, because at the end of the day, it's the customers that will keep everybody continuing to buy over and over again, regardless of making money. So they're in love with the product. They're in love with the fact that it makes them feel beautiful. And so you have a system now that creates a 40-year-long company, which is what you have with Mary Kay. So I really like that. I remember going back to Zango at the time and explaining to them this business model. And it's funny how the owners of the company, sometimes they just, they're the owners, and it's their vision and they can do it. And they just kind of dismiss the concept of lowering the price point so a customer would be interested. They dismiss the idea of focusing more on a customer base and less on a recruiting base. And what's interesting is that company had a good run, but they're out of business. They went from $500 million a year to zero. Think about that, $500 million a year to nothing. Because they focused only on one thing, which was recruiting aspect, making money. In fact, all of their promotions were about money making, which there is nothing wrong with money. I don't want to be misunderstood here. It's that you have to be balanced. And so when you look at Lurralife and you look at what we put together, we put together a solid foundation that we sell health, a solid foundation where we have products that are relevant in today. Another thing that's important is that our products not only are relevant, but they're also affordable. So it's not like something you can go and you're not trying to sell an overpriced product. You're selling a product that's necessary, a product that's needed, and a product that's affordable. And so you can build a very strong customer base. And here's the beauty of this. We pay 50% on all retail orders. 50%. In other words, if you sell 2 of one product, it's free for you. That's the retail beauty of our compensation plan that we put together. But also, if you're interested in making money, we've got 2 modes. You've got the 2-team pay. You've got the 4x4 car bonus program. These are also systems to get you into profitability, but also to not just focus entirely on just recruiting and building a downline, but to also focus on selling the products, getting people who maybe not interested in network marketing, interested in the products, interested in better health. And so the foundation was laid for this. Other programs that we'll talk about really fast on here, and you'll see some updates coming out, is the My 10K Life program. I put a similar walking program together with a former company that I was co-owner of, and it was a very successful program. In fact, I remember when I first brought the idea up of a walking program, there were a couple of the owners who disagreed and said, no, it would never work. And it took off. And I remember when we first started the walking program, we had 7 members. And this is one of those moments where you question yourself of like, well, did I do the right thing? Am I making the right call? And I know that those on the call here tonight know exactly what I'm talking about. As soon as you go somewhere, you'll feel as though that like, did I do the right thing? Cognitive dissonance, right? And regret buying or something along those lines. And I just remember having that thought, but I stuck with it and I kept on doing it. And I couldn't miss my steps. I got 10,000 steps a day. And pretty soon that group grew to 100 and then 200. And finally, I mean, by the time I exited, we were over 10,000 people walking on a daily basis. And the best thing about that is we actually did a study internally that said, if you're on the walking program, how long do you last in the company? How fast do you rank up? And how much money do you make? If you're not on the walking program, we asked the same question. So we took 2,000 walking program. And those that were on the walking program, obviously, because of the statistics I just gave you, lasted a lot longer as far as making more money in the company than those that didn't. Now, and the thing that I'm trying to say is it's not that you have to walk on the walking program to make money. It's that it's a retention program for those to feel involved as part of a community. And you'll see more information on the My 10K Life going out. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because this is not something we put together haphazardly. It's not something we put together as pie in the sky and let's see if it sticks. It was something we tested. It's something I personally put together and I've seen work. Once it's adopted, it works. And if you center the company's culture around these activities, you're going to see a lot longer longevity. All of a sudden, the products become more relevant. All of a sudden, our message becomes more relevant. And our brand, which I think is one of the top brands in the industry right now, also becomes more relevant as an experience for your prospects, for anyone on this call, or for anyone who wants to join the company. So that's one of the core things about putting a company together is maintaining that those parts are in place. Outside of Get Paid to Lose Weight, outside of the My 10K Life walking program, which is an app you can walk, you download it, it's free. You get these coins, you redeem them. The only caveat is you have to be on auto ship to redeem the points. Once again, it's a great retention program. But the other thing we have is this team challenge. And this is also a bit of an experiment. So I've been a part of companies where we've had many 90-day challenges. And then those that have been in the health industry know what I'm talking about, where they'll come and they'll join a 90-day transformation program or process. And I remember seeing numbers where we would have 2,000 people join for 90 days, and only like 10%, if that, would even finish the 90 days. And my question was, whatever happened to the 90%? So what we decided to do at Lurralife is we created a team challenge where we all joined together. We all joined a Facebook group. We've got 2-week increments that we're working on push-ups, we're working on sit-ups, we're working on running a mile, we're working on getting our steps, and we give out badges and recognition for those that are participating in the team challenge. And what we've noticed is that we have a higher retention rate of those that start in the program to those that finish the program. Once again, this is something that I believe that it has some merit. And as this company grows, as our brand grows and our awareness grows, you're going to see this program, I think, take flight. Outside of the walking program, we've got a team challenge where people feel appreciated and loved and cared for, and also motivated to get the recognition that is in their part if they're really serious about a 90-day transformation. And so those are the big key things we put together to build a solid foundation outside of just selling great products, which we have, outside of just selling reasonably priced products, which we have, and outside of a very, very generous compensation plan. Briefly on the compensation plan, another thing we saw statistically in my last companies was that getting to profitability was the number one thing that would keep people active in a company. In other words, if they started making money, the chance of them canceling became a lot less. And so you're looking to extend the livelihood from 90 days to 180 days. You're looking at ways to get into profitability. And one of the things I love about our compensation plans, we have this thing called a 4x4 car bonus. We're taking out the word car because it's meant for a car bonus, but it's actually, you can do whatever you want with it. So we're calling it a 4x4 bonus. And it's very simple. If you get 20 people, 4 people who get 4 people, so you personally sponsor 4 people, those 4 people sponsor 4 people, you get an extra $500 bonus every month that they order a product. That's 20 people ordering a minimum of $79.90 or $80 for a month. You get a $500 bonus. That's on top of your team commissions, your matching bonuses, and everything else. So what you're going to see is that getting to profitability, especially when you're getting a $500 bonus with just 20 people that no company in this industry offers, you're going to see a lot of higher retention. And these are the things, these are the principles that that Lurralife is built on. And this is what makes me excited about the future of what we're doing. If you haven't noticed, we've got a lot of momentum going right now, and I think that's very exciting. And it's just a testament to what we're putting together, people being attracted to it and what we're doing. So that's really what I want to share with you all tonight. I know that was a lot of information. We're going to be doing a lot more of these calls and talking about that more down the road. But if you haven't checked out the My 10K Life, check it out. If you haven't checked out the Team Challenge, check it out. If you haven't checked out Get Paid to Lose Weight, if you haven't checked out the 4x4, check those things out. I'm telling you, those are the pillars of having a successful company. And with that, I'll turn the time over back to my business partner, Mr. Jonathan Bragg.
Brian, thanks so much, Travis, and you're exactly right. And I'll have you actually come back on just for a second here in just a minute to explain Lurralife, because the name Lurra and what it means, because of course your firsthand experience with doing that with your family while on vacation. But just to echo and reiterate what Travis said, to be able to have that platform for people to see success, 85% of people who join a community and culture of like-minded individuals doing the same thing, for instance, the My 10K Life, succeed in their overall weight loss journey and goals. 85%. And I will tell you, since we've launched the My 10K Life, we have over 1,300 members who are walking and getting their 10,000 steps a day in less than a year. Over 1,300 people. So we're so excited to see where that takes us within the next 6 months to a year. How many more people are going to get active with the My 10K Life? Because here's the deal. At the end of the day, like I said earlier, if you're going to take supplements and you're going to make that lifestyle change, why not get paid to lose weight? But at the same time, with the My 10K Life program, you have the opportunity to earn free product, free swag, free gear, just for simply walking 10,000 steps a day. It's that simple, that easy. And on top of that, not just one person, not just two people or five people, like I always say, wins or earns the get paid to lose weight. Every person who signs up and completes the 90-day transformation challenge gets paid up to $500. Here's that number again, up to $500 for losing 50 pounds in 90 days. Every single person. So since we're on this, somebody who loves you, knows you, and trusts you invited you to take a look at what we're doing here at Lurralife, because obviously they care about you, right? They know that you're wanting to, A, lose weight or make a lifestyle change because of whatever it may be going on. B, make some additional income, part-time or full-time, with the opportunity. Of course, 16.8 million people just filed for unemployment. How many of you that are on tonight's call are now having to work from home for the first time, right? And you're thinking to yourself, you know what, maybe I'm not as secure with my job as I thought I was. Maybe I am replaceable. With what just took place in our world, it's opened up a lot of people's eyes. So maybe this is an opportunity and you're asked to come join tonight's Zoom, because it's a way for you to replace or to supplement some additional income. Do you know 20 people who would love to be on this journey with you? Great. Then that's an additional $500 a month. You do that twice, guess what? We pay you $1,000 a month. But I do want Travis to explain real quick, if you will, Travis, what the name Lurralife means, so people know kind of our philosophy and our mission and vision here at Lurralife.
Yeah, you bet, Jonathan. Sorry I left that part out. There's so much that goes on in my head. I get so excited. It's like, anyway, this brand right here, this little Lurralife right here, it actually occurred to me a couple years ago. I was in a sabbatical, I guess you would say, in between my former company that I was working on a buyout and deciding what I wanted to do with my life, really. And that's a whole different story that maybe we'll go into when you come to one of our events on stage. And it's one of those whoa stories. But for now, let me suffice it to say I was on a sabbatical for about a year. I took my family to Europe. We went to England, Spain, and France. And I tell this story because to me, it's just so as human beings, we all kind of relate to this. So I got my 3 kids, I got my wife, we're bringing them on, and we're going to see Big Ben. We're going to go see, Parliament and all this stuff. And then we go to Spain and we go to Madrid, and there's all these things to see and all these cities to see, Toledo and Segovia. And I found myself not enjoying the trip because I was so concerned with schedules. I was so concerned with, I got to make this train. I got to get my kids here. We got to see this. Day 2, we got to wake up at 7 a.m. We got to do this. And think about that as your life. Like, how often do we forget to live because we have so many things to do? And I felt like here I am on vacation, and I'm not really enjoying the vacation. I'm like making sure everyone's rounded up here, and this one, they're not, talking to strangers, and my kids are keeping an eye on them. And it's all about schedules, and all it's about routines. It's all about what you have to do. And so one day we were in France, and towards the end of the trip, and we stayed at a beach town in a place called Hostelberg. I grew up in California surfing, and it's a surf spot in France. It was actually the week that we were taking time off and not really have a schedule. But on one particular day, I said, look, kids, I've always wanted to go to the Pyrenees Mountains. I've never been there before. I don't speak the language, and I don't even know where we're going. I just know it's that way, And I said, so no complaining, just open up and see what the world brings us. And we took about a 2.5-hour drive and had one of the most beautiful drives. There was nobody there. Found ourselves in this place called the Osa Valley. Found a way all the way to the top of the mountain. We saw these paragliders going down, and it was the weather was perfect. It was just me, my wife, and my 3 kids, and it was a beautiful experience. And I remember thinking that this is really what life is about. And I started to look around, and there were off in the distance, there were these cows that had bells on their necks, and it's like ringing in the background, and these just a big herd of cows. And it was just a beautiful sound. And there's some guy out there, herding his cows and having them go. And I looked into, we stopped at a little refreshment stand on the way out, and I didn't realize, but we were in an area called Basque Country, Basque. It's an indigenous part of the Pyrenees that are kind of to the indigenous people of Europe. They're actually one of the first Europeans who's actually ever been in Europe. They have their own language, their own culture, and I happened to be in that region. And as I started talking to the locals, who were very friendly, very nice, and did their best to speak English, which wasn't very good, and my Basque and French were horrible, so it didn't work out. But they were very kind-hearted people. And what I learned about them is that they're just very agrarian people, and they are very peaceful people. That's kind of like their history. And so I kind of took that experience with me, and as I started to put a company together, which is what you're seeing now, Lurralife, the word Lurra means earth in their language. And the idea is to have earth life. In other words, get back to what Mother Nature offers us, that experience of being on the mountain and partaking of what Mother Nature gives us, and just feeling at one with it. It was just a beautiful experience being with your loved ones. And so the idea of Lurralife, this whole concept, this whole mission of the company is to use great products and get us in balance with the earth, get us in balance with ourselves, and get us in balance really with, I would say, the universe. And we do that, first of all, by just being mindful of the things we do. So that's where Lurralife comes from. It literally means earth life.
That's awesome. Absolutely love it. And of course, you tell it better. Whenever like we talked about earlier, Mimi and I have been doing these calls for, about a year now. And I tell that story, but it just isn't as touching or, relevant as, of course, you being there and telling it. So thank you so much, Travis. So here to join us tonight is a good friend of ours who recently joined Lurralife, and her excitement for what's taking place here with her community and culture and her friends and family and her business partners, and how quickly she's taken off and seeing success is a distributor who we would like to bring on to share a little bit of their testimony of why they're excited about Lurralife, how it's made an impact so far in her life, and of course with her circle and sphere of influence. She's a very successful network marketer. In fact, she's been around the industry for quite a while as one of the top leaders in the industry, an extremely powerful woman who has wrote and authored many books as well as her own book. And so we would like to hear a little bit from her tonight from a business standpoint of what Lurralife means to her and how she's just kind of grabbing hold and taking off with her other business partners and our other good friends. So without further ado, I'm going to unmute her line and introduce you. And we're going to hear from Miss Rosa Battle. Rosa, are you out there?
Yeah, I am, Jonathan. Can you hear me fine?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear. Welcome to
Okay, awesome. Thanks. You know, you and Travis have done just an awesome job here. I'm actually getting texts from the team that's saying, oh, this is incredible, this is incredible. And I agree with you, Jonathan. Now, I tried to do a Lurralife presentation, and I can tell you this, Travis, I didn't come close to explaining how Lurralife got its name. So I'm glad that I got a chance to hear it from you, and now I can really put that passion behind all the work and thought process that you guys put into naming the company Lurralife. So, Jonathan, as you can see, I'm excited. We've come on board with Lurralife and just totally ready to explode. That's how excited we are. Folks, I'll share with you just a little bit of my story. I was actually in Utah on a business trip. I'm the COO of a pharmaceutical company and was there on a business trip, and just by happenstance, a couple of the founders of Lurralife was in our lobby and invited us over to take a look at Lurralife the next day. And my partner, Mr. Jordan Battle, both of us said, okay, let's go take a look, And we got excited and we went over and took a look. Well, from the minute I walked in the door, where Travis is sitting right now, he's in the boardroom. Well, this is a really nice office, state-of-the-art office. So I was impressed with that, okay? I was like, okay, they've got something going on here. And so I was really impressed with that. But more importantly, I was impressed with the fact that we went in, we sit down in the boardroom, we spent all day with the founders of the company. I got to meet all of these great guys that are at the helm of this company, and they just kind of laid out the vision of what Lurralife is all about. But most importantly, they share with us the plan. And then everything that they put in place, the pre-plan, that was really important to me, to really lay the foundation of where we are right now in Lurralife. So I was completely blown away. And then we had a chance to try the products. Okay, now this is the big one for me, because I've been in the pharmaceutical industry for a long time. And I know quality products, and I know just flat out dog products, okay? And I got a chance to try the products, and I was impressed that the products are high in quality. There's nobody skipping the quality of these products. They're natural and really unique, not a Me Too product. And that was impressive to me. And then when Travis said, here at Lurralife, we're not trying to have the most expensive products. We're trying to put together a good quality product and that won't cost you so much, because at the end of the day, a great product and we can't afford it, what does that really do for us? And then we looked at the compensation plan, and bar none, guys, one of the best that I've seen. For the last 15 years, I've made a 7-figure income, and I can tell you a good compensation plan and a bad one, okay? So take it from me, Lurralife has bar none one of the best. So I'm excited. I won't take up a lot of time, Jonathan, but I can tell you, I want to leave you with this, because I got to make a real bold prediction here. I'd be hard pressed if I wouldn't. And honestly, it's very believable. It's actually real. Here's the deal, guys. We're living in a world that we don't want to live in right now. It's not the world, it's the world that we have, not the one that we want. And we're faced with adversity each and every day, okay? And that's something we prefer not to do. But I believe that we are resilient people. We are resilient people, and we'll get through this pandemic. We will. And here's the deal. Let us embrace where we are right now with our new normal, okay? Let's take this opportunity where people have no excuses about time, no excuses about money. They can just sit down and really do their due diligence and look at Lurralife. Let's take this opportunity right now, and let's just go out there and really lay the solid foundation that's going to lead to Lurralife being the best company on the planet. Now that's a bold statement, but it's very realistic. It can be to get fit, to get healthy, live your best life, work at home opportunity the world has ever seen. So Jonathan, thanks for having me on. I'm excited and just ready to, just want to explode through the roof. I'm so excited about what's going on here.
Absolutely. You can definitely hear it. It comes through with your passion, excitement, and motivation that you have not only just on these calls, but just in life in general. Even through your text, whenever you're asking, certain questions, you're still just so, I can tell, motivated just to get things done, because now I see your vision that you're right. Right now, there's no excuse. The world has essentially stopped turning, right? Everybody is looking. Everybody is finally slowed down enough that they're listening. And they're seeing now more than ever that their life is truly important, that their health is truly important. Taking the time to make that self-sacrifice to put themselves first. And we're seeing that. And I'm telling you right now, Lurralife is on fire. We're seeing some of the craziest growth that we've ever seen in the company during this pandemic time. And I just can't help but not get excited and want to jump up and down, because Travis and I, we have definitely gone through some tough situations getting this foundation laid and getting it to where it is right now. And just like Rosa said, it will be the best company in the world, bar none, hands down. That's exactly how I feel, how Travis feels. And once you come and be a part of our family too, we truly feel like you'll also feel the exact same way. So happy, so glad, so honored that you took the time out to jump on this call tonight to find out a little bit more information about who you are. I hope that you leave this call taking away a little bit of our heart, knowing who we are, and understanding that we truly want you to succeed in every avenue possible here at Lurralife. We will do whatever it takes to create that way and that foundation for you to seek success. Travis, throw it back to you and have you close it out, amigo.
I appreciate it. Hey, Rosa, thank you for your words you said tonight. I remember meeting you in Jorg, and honestly, I'll be honest with you. I sat across from the table from you guys, and I was sheepish because I know you guys are professional networkers and you've been to some really big companies, and I was thinking, there's no way you're gonna like this little thing called Lurralife, because we were just a brand new company just going. But I'm glad you felt the vision and you felt the passion that I have, that my partners have in this business. As you can see, Jonathan here tonight, we have worked together for 10 years. We've laughed together, we've cried together, we've been through some really tough times, and we've been some really great times. And that's the beauty that this industry has, is you really get to have connections and friendships that you didn't even know existed. And you'll find so much about yourself when you do these types of business. And that's one of the things I'm passionate about. So if you haven't signed up with Lurralife, I would just extend a welcome. Please do. There's no sign-up fee to get involved today. Jonathan talked about 100% money-back guarantee. Once again, no risk on you. And all these programs we talked about, the Get Paid to Lose Weight, the Team Challenge, the app that people can send out, and the My 10K Life Walking program, also all free. Most companies charge a premium for those types of services. We don't. We really want it to be an experience, a company that's going to be lasting. And I invite every one of you on this call here today to reach out to whoever asked you to be on the call and start your journey today. You'll find that we have some great products and a great system, and you're not gonna regret it. It's a good time to do business. So with that, we'll call this a wrap, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks all for joining.
Okay, I just had to get my technical skills underway there, guys. But I wanted to make sure that I ran this watch party for you today, and this is what we're going to start doing. So for those of you who are already part of the Lurralife family, we've got to get the word out about what we have. We have something so awesome. We're just not getting it out to enough people. So what I want you to do is to request my StreamYard link from me. StreamYard is the platform that allows me to go live on Facebook and YouTube and in groups and other platforms if I wanted to at the same time. You can get a free StreamYard trial, right? You can actually sign up for the free version. That is going to allow you to go live in more than one place. That is going to allow you to be on the Zoom, share your screen, and go live on Facebook. You watching the Zoom is just you watching the Zoom, but you going live on Facebook is putting you potentially in front of hundreds of people. So let's start collaborating together, getting this message out, because I am telling you, if you want to monetize this $4 trillion industry of wellness, Lurralife is the company. Now is the time. We've got the right products. We've got the right compensation. We've got the right tools and support. And we have the right team here with the BIT Group, Billionaires in Training. So with that, guys, this is Boomy Moore. I'm out of here. Give me a call if there's anything that you saw. If you like it, love it, or even if you feel indifferent about it, want to ask some questions about it, 443-864-9440. I'll see you guys at the top. Have a great night.